I'm the only daughter of 3 children. So when I would tell him I had a boyfriend, and I was planning to bring him over to meet him and mum, he'd clear his throat and say, well, I best meet this young man in the billiard room and find out if his intentions are honorable. We didn't have a billiard room, and the finding out never happened lol. I'd bring him over, Dad would say, ah, hello, BF's name. Nice to meet you, and shake his hand. I've only ever brought 3 boyfriends to meet him. My current boyfriend, I introduced about a year into the relationship. I'd kept some details about him to myself at first because Dad used to be a little racist. Me and Dad didn't always get along, for obvious reasons. But the day came to introduce him, and I decided to tell Dad ahead of time. He looked at me confused and said, so? Why would I care? As long as he makes you happy, pet, I'm happy. He met my boyfriend, and later that night took me to one side and said, this is the best one yet, treasure. You've got yourself a keeper. I lost my dad a few months later, very suddenly, earlier this year. I was so glad my dad met him, and I would like to think he'd have been glad I've still kept him. I miss you, Dad.